Hi, this is Amy Wan with Security Token Academy here at the Security Token Industry Launch Week. I'm here with Henry Elder, co-founder of Digital Asset Advisors. Thanks so much for being with us.
It's a pleasure to be here. Thank you for having me.
So, can you help explain for us what is the difference between blockchain and distributed ledger? Do they mean the same thing or not?
I look at distributed ledger technologies as sort of like an umbrella term, right? And blockchain is one of the technologies that fall under that umbrella. You have a number of other technologies that people kind of just call blockchain just for a simple colloquialism. But distributed ledger technology, I feel like, is the more inclusive term, and it's also something that you can use to sort of break the ice with people who may view blockchain in a little bit more of a negative light, right? Because it's, unfortunately, I mean, we all lived through 2017, and there are a lot of utility tokens and cryptocurrencies that have given the whole blockchain industry a little bit of a taint. And so being able to say distributed ledger technology sometimes and kind of glide over that, at least initially for that initial impression when you're speaking with a new client, we found to be pretty useful.
Interesting. So you're working across many different areas, you know, finance, real estate, traditional assets, and both with startups and established companies looking to pivot. What state of DLT awareness are you finding within these organizations, and what are their areas of greatest need, and how do you facilitate advising in that regard?
Yeah, so that is one of the most exciting parts of our business because we love working with blockchain technology companies, but we don't see true adoption coming until traditional non-blockchain companies start looking to the solutions that they're building to streamline and improve their own businesses, right? Mm-hmm. And so we just signed up this incredible client called Shipsomnia. And Shipsomnia runs some of the most unique and entertaining cruises in the world, right? But they have had incredible difficulty processing payments from the hundreds of countries that their 30 million fan base comes from, right? And so they turn to the blockchain. Because if you think about it, the original killer app of Bitcoin was transmitting money across borders, right? And since then, we've had a whole bunch of incredible companies, Wax, Hello Segoy, who are building upon that core ability to create like a better UI and a better UX for consumers to use it. And so we love seeing companies like Shipsomnia saying, I know that this technology is there, and I want to see how it can help me. And so that's incredibly exciting. One other thing that we see with a lot of companies that we talk to is they see the capital formation potential of the blockchain, right? And we still talk to a lot of companies that are like, okay, I have an amazing idea, I want to raise $100 million, and I want to do it in 10 minutes, and I don't want to pay any money to do it. And so we still face quite a bit of an education hurdle when it comes to that. When we give them an estimate of how much it'll cost to come to market, we see a lot of eyeballs pop out of sockets, you know?
Yeah.
But it's good because that allows you to weed out the people who aren't actually committed to what they're doing. Because at the end of the day, I think a good project still can raise a significant amount of money, not $100 million, but maybe $10 million, money to give them roadway, I'm blanking on the term, the thing that an airplane lands on.
Runway.
Runway.
Yes.
To land on, to get some runway and to actually turn it into a reality. But in order to get there, perhaps you might need to do a small seed round, right?
Yeah.
And so you just have to set your sights realistically and approach it that way. Break it down into manageable chunks.
Fantastic. So you're an advisor with IBREA, the International Blockchain Real Estate Association.
Yes.
What major differences are you seeing between U.S. domestic and foreign international real estate asset tokenization? What areas do you think pose the greatest friction for tokenized real estate investment across borders?
That's a great question. So IBREA is like one of the original real estate blockchain associations, right? They've been around since 2012 or 2013. And they have worked with a range of different real estate blockchain companies. I would say that the most significant difference that we see between domestic tokenization versus foreign tokenization is that the domestic security real estate tokenization platforms are focusing on the regulated securities route. The SEC has been very proactive in making it clear that you need to comply with regulations, while also having a light enough touch that they're not scaring too many people away, I feel. But they've made it, like I said, they made it very clear that if you are trying to take United States real estate and put it on the blockchain, then that is a security, and you need to comply with securities laws. A lot of the companies that I see outside of the States that are tokenizing stuff in Malaysia or Germany or wherever have not committed fully to that regulated path. I think it's probably just a matter of time. Because the problem with tokenizing real estate in a non-regulatory compliant manner is that real estate is one of the most easily regulated asset classes on the planet, right? It's here, you can feel it, you can touch it.
Very tangible.
It's very tangible, it's very concrete, it's very centralized, right? And so therefore, that value can quite easily be taken away if you are securitizing it in a manner that does not turn out to be compliant.
What is the demand, would you say, for fractionalized real estate tokenization today?
It is developing. The problem is that real estate and cryptocurrency are fundamentally incredibly different industries. Real estate is slow moving. The people who control that industry have made massive fortunes. In some of the biggest fortunes in the history of the world, right?
Yes.
And they've done it over generations or over several decades. When you come to those people and you say that I'm going to take your real estate and combine it with the fastest moving, most cutting edge industry on the planet, a lot of those people are kind of like, I'm not sure I want to do that, right?
Yeah.
And then when you go to cryptocurrency investors who are traditionally used to massive volatility and making fortunes in a day, right? And you say, okay, well, now you'll make a fortune in 20 years or 30 years, right? They're sort of like, well, I don't know that I want to do that, right? But the thing is that that is just a function of the newness of this industry. As it continues to mature, that kind of volatility will fade away. And then as people's trading mentalities mature and as you have more institutional investors and traders entering the space, those people understand the value of diversification. They understand the value of putting your money into a high volatility asset, making all the money you can as quickly as possible, and then getting out, right? And putting it into something secure. And if you are trading in cryptocurrencies and you make a ton of money, the easiest thing for you to put it into and be secure is tokenized real estate.
Very interesting.
Yeah.
Thank you so much for joining us. One last question.
Yes.
How do you think Security Token Academy has made an impact on the industry?
So it's exactly what I'm talking about. I mean, this is a nascent young industry, and we need people with an institutional professional mindset who are coming in and educating people on the benefits of all the different, of diversification, of different blockchain solutions, of taking the long-term mindset instead of just trying to get that $100 million raise in 10 minutes, right? And Security Token Academy brings that very much. They bring that mentality. They have incredible speakers. They have, they have incredible events, and they put a lot of focus and professionalism and high value into the events that they put on. And I think that that's exactly what we need.
Thank you so much. Thanks so much for joining us.
Yes, thank you for having me.
This is Amy Wan from Security Token Industry Launch Week.